So Alan got his throat cut, I think about 4 times his throat. They stabbed his heart 7 times. Alan had to die. They had to go Alan. So that's chopped there, and the machete chopped me in the head there. It was only about 3 centimeters up that way. They would have been dead. A lot of people underestimate them. You think about this, you don't hear much on the news when people go missing. A lot of people go missing. People get wounded, people get chopped up, and people get bad things to them, you know? If you've got the balls, like you think you're going to gang war, go and do the gangs, you rob them and do what you got to do to them. And then I took this knife and I pulled it. He was trying to stab me from the back as well. He went one day and then he chopped his brother's hand off. He took his cousin to me.
Clean off.
Yeah, cut his hand off and took his
Oh, it
hand
was
off.
his cousin's hand.
His cousin, yeah, took his cousin's hand right off, took the hand away. So his cousin asked him to give him his hand.
Oh, he took the hand with him as well.
Took the hand with him. Yes, he took the hand with him. Over.
Yeah.
They shot him in his face, but they didn't kill him. Flew him in the back to the left, and he did die.
Guys, today's podcast is in partnership with Stone and Co Solicitors, experts in serious and complex criminal matters. If you have a criminal matter that you need help with, or you've been arrested and want the best representation, contact the number below or drop them an email. All the information is on the screen below, as you can see. Stone and Co can offer specialist criminal defense services on a private basis or legal aid, so you don't pay nothing. And as a promotional offer, they're offering a case review in person or over the phone, free of charge, no obligation, no fees, and they'll take a look at your case, guys. Welcome to the Kickinupdust Media YouTube channel, guys. So I've got a very special guest. First and foremost, Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, my brother.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. I'm good.
The brother has a very inspirational story. His name is Richard. He goes by the name of Musa now, mashallah. I'll let you introduce yourself. Say salams to the viewers, man.
Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters. So basically, yeah, my journey to Islam is special to me, very special to me, and up to today, I've been a Muslim for only about coming up to 10 months today. And all I can say, it's been a blessing.
Inshallah, we're gonna get into your journey of Islam.
Yeah.
But before we start that, we always like to go back to the beginning.
Okay.
Tell me where you was born, where your parents are from.
Yeah.
And we go from there, inshallah.
Okay. So yeah. So my mum is Chinese. My dad is Vietnamese. We were born in Vietnam. We left there during the wartime. Got to the UK. Supposed to be a better life. But obviously we got here. It wasn't as glorious as we thought it was. So yeah, we went through a lot of struggles, a lot of racism, and a lot of fights. So when we get into when you got into Newcastle, that's where we landed first. When we got to the UK, we landed in Newcastle. We moved around quite a lot. So we've been in Durham, back to Newcastle, Whitley Bay, and so on and so on. So then at the end, we end up in the roughest place in Newcastle. That's the West End. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of mad stuff happened there. This is when I was about maybe 4 or 5. Yeah, growing up there was different. It was hard. So I had one English friend. So not speaking English as well. I did have a friend of mine, a very close friend. His name is Johnny. And he was the only one that I had a friend. And every Christmas, because we didn't have no money, nothing, he would give us a present. Every Christmas, he gets new presents. He'd give us his old presents. So alhamdulillah, you know what I would say? It's all a blessing. Apart from that, we got beaten up when I was about 4 or 5 by a 10 and a 12-year-old kid, racist as well. So, but they beat me up, but they beat my friend up worse because he was a chinky lover. So that's what they called him. I've never came out of my head.
And where exactly were they from in the country? What part?
Originally from Vietnam, you mean?
I mean, they used to have the North Vietnam and South Vietnam.
They're from North, yeah, North.
They're from the North, yeah.
North Vietnam.
Okay,
yeah.
So they're the ones that were fighting the Americans.
Yeah, the Americans. Yeah, they call them Viet Cong.
Yeah, Viet Cong. That's right. Yeah, that's the reason. That's the reason why I want to know, because I know the differentiation. But it's united now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of
yeah. Because it was the Viet Congs that kicked out the Americans, really.
Yeah, that's it. They were trying to fight the Vietnam for years and years, but then they went all the underground.
Yeah.
But they never won.
Yeah, that's why I want to know myself, like what part. South of the North, you know. I know the Viet Congs are warriors, you know.
We're warriors, yeah. We're all that's in the blood, isn't it?
Blood.
Yeah. But the most important, what runs from our blood, is Islam. That's the most important. Yeah, for me, it's Islam.
And so Newcastle obviously had a reputation, definitely, of being biased and prejudiced back in the day. No doubt, it was probably one of the worst places in England you could have went, as someone coming from East Asia, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And whatever. So growing up, obviously suffered a lot of racism.
Yeah, a lot, yeah, all the way through. So as soon as I landed in Newcastle, it was started from there.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, I'm 49 coming this year, and I'm still seeing it. It hasn't. It's not gone. People say it's gone, but it
And
hasn't.
you know what? Because I had similar experiences with racism
Yeah,
growing up
yeah,
as well.
yeah.
And I said, looking back now,
Mm,
I believe that this was the first step into crime.
yeah.
Because once you feel
100.
rejected
Yeah,
and isolated,
yeah.
you start looking
Back,
in
yeah,
another
another angle. Yeah, you
another
look your
angle.
way. Yeah,
Do you
yeah,
understand what I
yeah.
mean? How was your life, obviously, in secondary school? Because that's when you start developing as a person
Well,
now.
second school was even worse for me because the school itself wasn't bad. The school itself was not bad. It was the time that happened in second school. So yeah, so from Newcastle to London, racism and fight everywhere I went, it was always fighting. Fighting was this part of our nature. It was the first thing that we did when we walked out the door. It was hold up your fist and fight.
So you would fight back.
Yeah, well, definitely,
Because
man.
some people didn't fight back. They
Yeah.
were just, they were passive and they just
Yeah,
accepted.
yeah. So in secondary school, what I saw, what you just said, 100%, my brother. When in secondary school, we had a group of whites, blacks, Chinese, and Asians, like Indians.
Yeah,
At the time I didn't know the difference between Muslim and Hindus or whatever. So I didn't know then. So there were their own groups,
yeah,
and in the schools they were labeled. So obviously, no one labeled it. The white guys labeled it. It was the weaks or the P's. The C's are what we are, or the
yeah,
second stronger in command. So the P's and the B's are the strongest. So
yeah,
we're
yeah.
the strongest. We fight back anyway. So the whites left us alone in school. So yeah, that was then. And then yeah, in secondary school, what I experienced, the worstest thing I experienced was just started up secondary school, walking home like every day, getting about my business, walking home. 12 years old, going through a path with one of my Portuguese friends. His name is Mark, good brother of mine. So as we was walking through, there's three grown men playing football. And then somehow the ball came over to us, and I kicked the ball. Instead of going that way, it went that way. So this guy came over, 21-year-old grown man, came over and decided to punch me in the face and knocked me to the
What
floor.
about 12?
12 years old. I was only 12 years old, yeah. So knocked me to the floor. My friend then picked me up, and we continued walking down the path. He's running and raving, kicking his legs and arms everywhere, chinky, what little chink. So anyway, we got up. I was keep walking, and he came over again, smacked again. I fell on the floor again. My friends picked me up again. We continue moving, got up and keep moving again. Third time he's come over. Oh, as he's come over, I can see my friend running because he's running over really aggressive. But I didn't see it because my friend was walking to my left. He come running over, and now I can see a big hand grab my throat and smash, smash. And I didn't know what it was. But to be honest with you, alhamdulillah, when I say God saved my life, now I look at it and realize that Allah's done for me. The area in Stockwell was a big area. How did my brothers and his gang ended up that spot right at the same time when I got attacked? That to that point where I could have got killed. So I say, subhanallah, it's always Allah, alhamdulillah. So my brothers came, one of them must have said, that's your brother there. And then they all ran over. And the other two white guys who was playing football then jumped in. And before you know it, bang, it was over for them.
So, what age did you move from Newcastle to Stockwell, South London?
I didn't move to Stockwell. We moved to Vauxhall. We went from Newcastle down to no, sorry, we went from Newcastle to Clapham Junction first.
Yeah.
As a young kid growing up, I lived in Clapham Junction in a big hotel called Access Hotel. It was called at the time. Lived
Okay.
opposite a park. And then we stayed there for I think about maybe 3 years, and then they shifted us to Kennington,
Okay.
and so I lived on Blackprince Road, and that's quite rough again. And Lambeth, everyone, that's a rough area again. So growing up there was the kind of thing. It's fighting again. It's always violence, always violence. So violence to me wasn't. It was just part of my nature.
So, for the viewers who don't know, that's South London basically.
Yeah, South London.
Um, and that's one thing that looking back now surprises me a lot, that
Yeah,
a lot of the racism that we got in our early teens, 11, 12, 13, 14, it was from grown men.
oh, 100%. Yeah,
And now, what makes me laugh? They say, why is such a such community isolated?
yeah.
So why we're isolated is because we had grown racists
And
attacking
yes, young
young
kids,
kids.
hundred
Do you
percent,
start with me? And you want
100%.
us just to trust you
Yeah,
now and
yeah,
everything's okay
yeah.
when we know it's still hidden.
It's still hidden.
But one important point, what you said as well. So it was other people who were white come and defended you.
Yeah.
So there's good and bad
There's good and bad, yeah.
in
There's good and
every
bad in there.
community.
There's
Yeah.
good and bad. But the ones that come to defend me, my brothers and them, we had a white guy in our gang. We had Muslim brothers in our gang. Good Muslim brother, very good brother. Obviously we fell out over silly things.
Yeah.
Over my brothers caused the problem, but me and him as a brother, I've had no problem with him.
Okay.
I just call him by his surname, Mr. Sharif. A good brother of mine, you know. Even today, you know, if I can find a brother, I would say I would shake his hand, you know.
Inshallah, you might see this.
But yeah, it's gonna, yeah. If he sees it, my brother, you know, I got love for you, man. I know what he's done wasn't his fault, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, what my brother did to him between me and him and my brothers,
Mm.
but I will always stick by my brother, regardless, even if it's wrong or right. So when I
How
came,
many siblings were you?
five of us all together.
How many brothers, sisters?
No sisters, or not that not I knew of now. No, I know I got brothers and sisters back home as well.
Okay, so you have 5 brothers. What number were you in the?
I'm in the middle, so there's
I'm in
two
the
younger,
middle.
two older.
Okay.
Yeah, so
And were they suffering from similar experiences to you?
exactly the same, exactly the same. Yeah,
Okay.
from the oldest.
So ultimately, I can see where the story goes from there.
Yeah,
You start dabbling in crime, obviously.
yeah.
That's
Also,
just
yeah, also,
that's the story of how this racism thing
yeah.
works, you know.
Yeah.
Um, how was you at school, and when did you first start getting like serious trouble?
After 12 years old, after that beating, and like I said, we went to court. By the time I was in 13 years old, I was only a small kid, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah just made me massive. He just grew me up. I don't know. It's like a shooting game.
Quickly.
Very fast. I was very fast. And I was growing so fast that I can defend myself a lot, all by myself. I can deal with situations at the age of 13. So yeah, in school was it was hard, but then like I say, the violent thing was one thing, but the court case, what really changed me into the criminal world, is what the CID said in court.
What was that for?
That was for that same guy who attacked me, the 21-year-old man who attacked me. We ended up going to court for it.
What?
Yes, we ended up going to court because we got the better of them. Yeah, we ended up in court. That's the maddest thing about it. I had no social worker helping me. I had no support from no angle. I was only 12, and I ended up going to court. This case for. We got arrested that day. We got put in police station in Union Grove police station. We was there for I think 16 hours. I'm sure 14, 16 hours was in there for. And then one of the brothers in the police station only turned 16. So all of us were underage, so we had to wait for our parents' consent
Yeah,
to
that's right.
take
Yeah.
the blood test and whatnot. So anyway, cut long story. It was funny at the time when we was in the cell. There were so many of us. There were 7 of us in the cell. So they didn't have enough cells, so they stuck 4 of us in one and 3 in the other. You know, so they had to make up the numbers. So yeah, anyway, when everything was over, we went to court. Um, the court case, I'm not going to discuss about what happened in court ways. Anyway, we went through the court, we got through it because one of the women's there, she gave evidence on what happened, exactly what I've just told you there.
Self-defense.
She said exactly what happened. She had to change the story in court because she had to swear the Bible. At least lucky she believed in a Christian. She was a
She
Christian.
believed in it.
She believed in it. When she put her hand on the Bible, she couldn't lie. She go, "I'm sorry, Scott." She turned us on my honor. I need to change my story. So anyway, she said what happened, and what I said exactly what happened, and then we got found not guilty.
Not guilty.
So as alhamdulillah, when we walk out the courtroom, and I'm talking to the solicitor, Jane, she was a very good solicitor, very good lady she was. She's English again. She's a very good person. The CID turned around and said to me, "You bloody chink, do you think you can do that to one of ours and get away? I'm gonna get you." And Jane turned around and said to him, "What did you just say?" I hope I just heard what I heard there. It wasn't right what I heard. And he said, "You're B, so on, traitor." Anyway, so that's what triggered me. That's what changed me completely. I had different thoughts about police. From then, that was it, The police wasn't there to help us. And I've
No.
never seen that, you know what I mean? I've never seen it. Like I said, they were not, I'm not going to say
This must have been 89, 90.
this was when 90, yeah, 90.
That's right. Yeah, it was different them times.
Yeah, it was horrible, completely horrible. I'm not saying there ain't no good police officers out there. There is some good police officers that go out there, do serve their duty and do the thing, but there's what I've passed and met a lot of bad ones. A lot of bad ones. I've got a hand, maybe in my whole life, I'm 49. I said the amount of police I got involved in, maybe stuck in problems with them. Maybe about 3 or 4 that was reasonable.
Good.
Yeah, good,
So he took that personally. Now he was gonna
Yeah,
be.
he's gonna get.
He's gonna get
me.
you.
He looked at me, he's gonna get me. So then Jane said, "Just you won today. Go and celebrate. Don't worry about that idiot. It's a fool. You win. You celebrate."
Yes.
So from then, that's when my journey started. This gang
Into,
life all started.
into the life of
Yeah,
crime,
into the
basically.
life of crime and into the gang life.
So
Now,
how did that begin? Like, what crimes did you start with?
I started as a fighter. I was a guy that loved fighting. So
Okay.
wherever I started in the gang and wherever there's a fight, you call on me, I'm there. And you don't call on me, I look at you as not a brother. If
Mm,
you got a beef to fight someone and you're not calling me, I see you as not a brother no more.
mm,
So yeah, so it's always fine for me. I did it just for fun. You won't even say for fun, but to protect my people. Then. So if you got beef, because the way I look at it like this is, but the brothers them didn't come around that corner, save me that day. Now I owe my life to the gang. That's the way I looked at it. My loyalty is to the gang.
That's
Because
right.
yeah,
That's how it
whatever,
works.
yeah, that's how I felt.
But
I
that's
didn't
how a
feel,
lot of people feel. Yeah.
yeah. So as brothers and sisters out there, if you get involved in this gang life, I can say to you like this, it's not a good thing. if someone help you, it doesn't mean that you own them away to go and fight them. Like I always say to people, if I had the Quran and the guidance at the time, this would have been the way. But like I say, upon Allah, alhamdulillah, everything is in time.
You had to go through
Yeah,
a
you had to
journey.
go through a journey. So this is all alhamdulillah. This is Allah's, obviously, this is the journey He set for me. So alhamdulillah. So like I say, people, when I went into the gang life, it started very small, just fighting here and there. Then it got a bit intense when you start getting orders. Before, like I say, you call me, I'll come. But now it's an order. You get ordered to go do things. And I'll never refuse an order. If my bosses say, we went from gangs to triads, that's when it stepped up. We went to one gang, like I say, there's a 40K gang, very control gang. When people start talking about gangs, they think it's like your backstreet, like area code gangs. No, we're not talking about them. When I started, it was Defford Boys, Woolwich Boys, Stocker Boys, Bansfield Boys, Tottenham Boys, and all these kind of gangs. These are boys. But when you go into the triad life, it's not boys no more.
Men.
You're taking order from superiors. And these people here, when they send you out on an order to do something, you don't complete that order. You come back.
I just want to ask you, because in the UK here, not a lot of people are familiar with the kind of the concept of the triads. It's
Yeah.
more big in America and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. And obviously, I know they existed in London. I knew that
Yeah,
and whatever. So just explain. So when people say triads, people usually think Chinese.
that's what I think. That's completely wrong.
Yeah. So could you just explain that
Okay.
concept?
So a simple thing for people to recognize: wherever there's a Chinatown, they're operated by certain gangs, and they pay the police is in their pockets. And when I believe me, the police is in their pocket. I'm telling you, the police is in their pockets.
Mm,
When I was about 13 years old, when I was running the streets in Chinatown, West End London, Chinatown,
mm.
I threw the big brick on the floor, and the two police officers came over and asked me which part of gang you with, and if you're with a certain gang that they're in the pockets, they just say they didn't see it, and this is exactly what happened. And I thought, wow, this is when I realized, whoa, this is serious. This is serious now. I'm starting to like this now. But I was with that gang. But then obviously, through a lot of problems and things, you shift. You don't go into one gang and go to another gang unless your boss has done you wrong, your people's done you wrong. There's no other ways. It's blood in, blood out. They ain't know nothing about it. So remember, these gangs are not just London operating; they're through the whole country.
Country, yeah.
The police notice.
And the triad is a high level of crime, isn't it?
Well, high level
Large
crime.
amounts of
Yes.
money and stuff like
Large
that.
amount of money, but you will never see it. The ones at the bottom
Yeah.
will never see it.
See.
I will never see it.
Okay.
Anyone at the bottom will never see it. It's always the guy at the top that sees all the money.
So what is the ethnic construct of? Is it like Chinese, Vietnamese, Koreans mixed? How does it work?
Originally, the tribes only operate around the same color skin. It doesn't matter if you're Vietnamese or Chinese, as long as you're the same skin and same look, and you look like me, then you're okay. You're coming in. So you can be Thai, Chinese. You have to blend in really. So the gang members know who you are.
Okay.
They never used to bring in blacks or whites or anything like that. But then the SW gang, they brought the blacks and the whites in, and the Asians and so on. So they grew that way. So they find it more, how would you say, more usable. They got more ways and do
Of
things
course.
there.
And I suppose like them getting people from their own like similar background, there's a sense of unity
Yeah,
because you're in a foreign country
yeah.
and stuff like that. So obviously it makes you more
Really,
powerful.
really, with this, the skin color and the look of ethnics, it's not about that. It's not really about that. It's about knowing where you live and how to get to you. That's what it
Okay.
is. You do something wrong, your
They know
family's
where your
gonna come.
family, how
Yes,
to get to your family.
yes, that's exactly how it is with these gang life.
Okay. Similar to the
Yeah,
Italian
yeah.
mafia.
I don't really know much about the Italian mafia, but this is how
That's
it's
very
like. Yeah.
similar, yeah.
So with the Chinese is if you're involved in a gang, if like they want to find me, they can't find me. They will find they can't find my mom or my dad. They will find my brothers. If you can't find my brothers, they find my uncle. This is
And
how it
all the
works.
way
Yeah.
back home.
All the bloodline. Yeah, all the way back home. Yes.
Okay. So once you start running with the triads,
Yeah.
I suppose you're coming to around the age of 16,
Yeah, about 14, 15.
15,
Yeah.
yeah. Like what were you doing on the streets?
On the streets, I'll be in the West End. I'll be on call every Sunday, like as a gang member. Like you say, if you wanted, so it's not like it's every day we get on with our normal life, but Sunday is where the money is, where every activity happens in the West End. The bit of shifting money, whatever they're doing, it's all on a Sunday. So they need foot soldiers. If they trying to recruit, they need foot soldiers to go recruit. They need you to go around to say threaten a restaurant or whatever, get collection money, whatever it is.
Extortion and stuff like
Extortion, yeah. So basically that's that. But so thank God for that. I didn't really do many of that stuff. Mine was just basically fighting and whatever it is. So if you want someone taken out, I will go and beat this someone up, or I will do whatever,
that.
whatever I have to do. involving violence. So I would have done what I had to do. Yeah, but I was very loyal to them.
Yeah.
But what the triads are looking for is loyalty, and most important is how to make money. If you are got a brain of making money, they put you to one side and you only make money. They don't involve you with the fighting people. They have two
Okay.
separate lot of people. The money is one side, the fight is one side. But the fighters will never see the money. We will only see death, and that's what we are there for.
And
We're
prison.
disposable. Yeah, prison. Yeah, we do prison. If there's something happens, if for some of you done something to someone and they want to walk away from it, you've got to stand up and take it. Simple like that. There's nothing. You don't ask any questions. I've seen brothers that have done it. They've gone in there, like say for instance, you've hurt somebody, and I'll just call you up and say, listen, you've got to come and just wrap this up, and you will come and wrap it up. You'll come and put your
No
fingerprints.
questions
No
asked.
questions asked. You'll put your fingerprints all over anything, whatever it takes. That brother will walk away, nothing of it. And the worstest thing at the end of it, in this gang life, you think you come out, you're rewarded by it. No, you're not rewarded. They will not reward you for
You know what? I have a saying that you don't get no, championship belt in the end. There's no
nothing.
celebration,
No celebration. Yeah, they celebrate. They bring you a big dinner party when you come out. They
Mm.
talk big of you. Your name is big. Like my name is hang high in their life, in their field, from London all the way to Edinburgh. So Birmingham, Manchester, everyone. All the Chinese people know me. So everywhere I go, you walk into places, they're about you. They bring you in. You sit at the table. You eat. You don't wait. No people waiting. There's a big queue. You don't wait. You just go straight in, and you don't pay no bills. You just sign. Just to sign is a signature of respect that you're here today. So there's all that. That's the kind of luxury you'll get. But then eventually, if you have a brain, then you'll work with other gang members and you build a strong network, and then you make money. But that was never me. I was always a foot soldier. I was always a fighter, a soldier on the battlefield. For making money, it wasn't really me.
Okay.
But yeah, that's how my life started from there, straight from the 14K gangs. My boss couldn't. I done too much. Like one time we went out to sort out a problem. What we saw these two gangs in a war. So 14K has a problem with 14K.
Mm.
There's a fight in happened. So we went downstairs to the basement and was talking. The two bosses talk. We was just standing there by. And we'd say subhanallah, again I say thank you to Allah. If there's the mobile phone, they had a big massive mobile phone. Do you
The
remember that
back
day?
in the day phones, yeah.
There was under basement, and if that phone rang that day and made a phone call out, same again, I could have been dead again that day. So I can say to if it's not your time, it's not your time. So yeah, they couldn't make the phone call out. We overpowered them because the minute they make a phone call out, because we had no ones on the outside.
Why did you go the extortion?
It wasn't extortion. It was two gang members had disagreement.
Okay.
Same gang, same 14K gangs, but two top heads have
Okay.
got problems. So
So they're split basically.
yeah, they're split, but they got problems. Someone didn't like someone, and that one didn't like that person. They had a dispute, and it
Okay.
was going to go out.
The
Well,
confrontation
well,
basically.
yeah, so they came down and sorted out the problem. So anyway, cut long story, the problem was squashed. But I was standing right next to the thing. I looked around. There's no weapons. No one's got nothing. No weapons. So I saw a chair and four legs. I broke the legs off, and I gave one to each brother. Hold the leg, just in case someone goes to that door. They're gonna come through that door with machetes, and all we got is that. But I keep boiling the kettle. But on top of the kettle, I didn't boil the kettle. I poured cooking oil into the kettle, and I boiled the kettle because if I put water on you, it's not gonna burn you. It'll burn you, but the oil
Yeah,
won't.
but oil's worse.
Yes, that's why I had oil in there. I keep pricking the button to make sure that thing was boiling.
Yeah, with the water, you got to mix sugar into it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
see, let's see, but I just straight with the oil in the kettle.
Yeah.
So I was the youngest in the gang, the youngest, but the most always think of beforehand.
Yeah.
Everyone's just chilled out and not you don't understand. I've seen death many times. I've seen brothers die and things like that. So yeah, so that was one of the problems. We went down there. The problem was squashed. Everyone went home about the business. Everyone got cracked on. They got paid. So the two top guys got paid. We didn't get nothing. So we give our life out to them. Why give our life to them when you can give it to God?
So at least you're honest, because like I said, a lot of the people out here in these gangs,
Yeah,
they're not getting paid.
they're not getting paid. No one's
So-
getting paid. They know it. If anyone watching this podcast, they know you ain't getting paid. I tell you what, you get how you pay. You pay with your life. That's all you're doing. You
For
pay
your
with your
freedom.
and your freedom. Like I said to brothers and sisters before, when I went into this gang life, and everyone I recruited into my gang, I never forced anyone to come into my gang. They wanted to come to me and follow me into my gang. So I say to them straight, before you come into this gang life, I'm going to ask you two things. Two things simple. If you pass these two things, I'm not going to beat you. I'm not going to threaten you. I don't want your driving license. I don't want to know where you live. I'm not going to hurt your family. I want to ask you two things. If you fear death and prison, then this is not for you.
Not for you.
Leave now. But if you don't fear these two things, then you can welcome to stay. And
That's
loyalty is
true.
important.
That's reality.
Yeah, so it's very important to have these main keys.
Yeah.
So we have something like 30, 40 gang members in the room. So remember, each one of us carries 30, 40 guys. And when the fight happens up, the sergeant brings these gang members together, it builds up with hundreds. I'm talking about coaches or people coming down. If there's a situation like that, where I've seen it like that before. So I say to people, so when I say to people, come into a gang life, you have to recognize what you're doing. You're gonna let your father down, your mum down, your brothers, your sisters, your granddad, your
For your
grandma,
gang.
for your gang. Because when I went to prison, no gang member come visit me.
Mm,
None of them come visit me. There's only one brother that come visit me. There's only one out of all of them. But even now, I think back at it. When he come to visit me, he knew I was worth something to him. I was a loyal person, and I would never back down to no one. And I
mm,
said, these leg was never designed to run. You know, I was standing fight. And yeah, so from that gang life into that, I went to SW gang from 40K. My boss couldn't look after me because I was out of control,
okay.
and he couldn't handle it. He couldn't control me.
Yeah.
So you would tell me go to some place and don't bring certain things. I would bring it.
Yeah.
I would bring it. I done business. I'm not going there to like the last one. The one mistake, I went there, nothing. Someone went through the door, would have been dead.
Okay.
So next one we same thing, but we went outside Chinatown's Leicester Square Station. There used to be a restaurant called Garden Restaurant. So we sit inside the outside Garden Restaurant, and everyone's sitting down. And my boss says to me, "Sit down." I said, "I'm not sitting down. I'm okay. I can stand. I like to stand."
Yeah.
But my boss says, "Sit down because you're making a show. You're making a scene."
Yeah.
So I said, "I can't sit down, boss." So anyway, he said sit down. So when I sat down and someone went, something happened,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
he saw it, and then he say, "Oh, now you get back up again." I told you not to, and I said, "Boss, what happened if they come with that? What are we gonna do? It ain't a joke, innit?
Yeah.
It's not a
Yeah.
joke." So
Exactly.
my
It's not
boss
true.
didn't want that. He wanted to be a big guy. He wanted to be a top name,
Top name.
but
Yeah.
he didn't want to fight for it.
Yeah. You
He
wanted the
didn't.
money,
He
basically.
wanted the money, but he didn't want to see no blood coming. He's
Mm,
just man. I don't business about that kind of stuff. So
mm,
yeah, from there he couldn't handle me. So and then my friend was from an SW gang, and he had beef with this 14K gang that I'm with. But remember, the 14K gang was in as a gang member. It wasn't something where I know anyone there. I
mm,
know one or two brothers in there, but it wasn't like a love like a brother. So my brother on this side, what I knew from a young age, was in another gang. So then I said, my boss, you can't look after me. And this boss said, on this side said he can look after me.
okay.
And he likes my character. He likes the way I perform. He likes the way I do it because
Yeah.
obviously he can use me. At the time, I didn't think like that.
Yeah.
So then I went over to this group, and then from this group, it went big. He blew up. This group went big
They're
after me.
called the SW gang.
SW, yes, SW. The SW is from Hong Kong.
Oh, it's from Hong
All these
Kong.
gangs are from Hong Kong. These are big gangs. These gangs are. We're not talking area codes.
Yeah.
These
Yeah.
are around country, around the world. But like I say, wherever there's a Chinatown around the whole world, there is a SW gang,
Okay.
a 40K gang. It's simple.
It's two main gangs.
It's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's literally everywhere.
So, as a foot soldier, are you on a salary? Like, how does it work?
No, there's no salary for me. No, there's no salary. The only salary I get is prison. Sorry, there's a salary. There's no salary.
So it's just literally just there for no
To be used.
financial
Yeah,
gain.
this for use. Yeah, this for use. We're just using this boat of. Every Sunday you have to be there. Every Sunday. I tell you what you get. You get the luxury of walking into a restaurant to eat dinner for free. You get a haircut for free. You get to watch cinema for free. That was it. There's no salary. Chinese New Year to give you a look a red envelope. That's maybe £5, £10. So when the older brothers, all the older ones, they get £20 in their envelope. I got a £5. I'm thinking, hold on. This is when I was about 14 years old. I think, hold on. I'm putting in work. These brothers ain't putting no work. They're getting like £20, and I'm getting them £5.
£5.
What is this? So I started to get pissed off.
It's in the 80s, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the 90s,
90s.
90s.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I got
because and the thing is, with obviously people who don't really understand the construct of the triads, they get big money.
they get big money. A
Because
lot of money.
I think their main hustles, correct me if I'm wrong, was extortion,
Yes.
gambling, and that was a big part of their hustle.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Yeah, the racketeering was a lot of money. Yes.
Racketeering, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. Yeah.
And they racketeer like within their own
Community,
communities.
I wanted
Yeah,
the community. That's the horrible thing about it.
that's right.
This is a
You see, that's one thing I didn't agree with. So, the area we came from, we controlled the whole strip,
yeah,
and there was a lot of Asian shops on there.
yeah,
And one time, someone did pop out the idea we should extort all the shops.
yeah.
But I said I could never do that to my people and people
Alhamdulillah,
who earn money in
yeah.
a halal way.
Yeah,
How am I going to extort them?
alhamdulillah.
And we had full control over the area,
Yeah,
complete control.
yeah.
And whatever. So I could never do that.
That's just
You know,
I just see it wrong because
I was like, you're meant to
yeah,
extort drug dealers, not shop
not
workers.
shop workers.
Yeah.
If you got the balls that you think you're going to the gang war, go and do the gangs. You rob them and do what you got to do to them. It's up to you. You know, you do what you got to do.
Because we suffered racism as a community.
Yeah,
Like one of my things was like, especially the Pakistani community, the Bangladeshi
yeah,
community, like even though we were road guys, we would protect our community.
yeah, 100%.
So if they came and tried to break up a shop or trouble the community, we would defend the
You defend
community.
it. Yes, that's it.
Understand? Like we had our problems between like, you know, gangs,
Yeah.
but that's all crime related.
Yeah.
But the civilians,
Yeah.
like, we felt that is our responsibility to make sure no one troubles a civilian in the
Now you
neighborhood.
distort them is wrong. It's completely wrong. You can't do that. But the Chinese, yeah, that's what the Chinese were doing. Distorting them. They're doing that there. They like I said, gambling. They do interest as well. You know, loan money to people for gambling, and then they take interest off it.
Obviously, you're in the gang life now. Triads, you're their foot soldier, basically. You know, did you end up in jail?
Yeah.
Before I continue today's podcast, guys, I want you guys to check out this company, Altitude. These guys do premium grade Shilijit, very high quality. And one very important thing I noticed with this company is the Shilijit is tested in the UK in a lab. So it's UK lab tested. They have a barcode on the back, which is very important to check and scan all the details and make sure everything's genuine. The packaging is high quality. I take the Shilijit myself, and one little touch I really like that I haven't seen before, I like this. This is a metal kind of gold color spoon. It really looks really nice. Looks really nice quality to take your Shilijit with every day. Guys, they're giving a 10% discount if you type in the code KICKUP. Capital letters, KICKUP on their website. Go check it out. All the links and the description box below. Check it out.
I end up in jail. Yeah, I end up in jail. I end up in jail. Not really for the gang, for my own problem. The gang thing, a lot of things was taken care of, so I don't really want to go there. But yeah, prisons and whatever, they take care of it. I give them that rating. They did take care of a lot of that problem. So whenever you do something, certain things, they will remove certain cameras and they remove certain evidence. They can do it. Believe me, like I say, brothers and sisters, if you don't know the Triads, and I'm telling you right now, I lived that life. So a lot of people underestimate them. And you think about this, you don't hear much on the news when people go missing. A lot of people go missing. And people get wounded, people get chopped up, and people get bad things to them, you know? And you don't hear it on the news because they got the police in their pocket. So you're not going to hear these things. I said to people, don't think that you have to hear a story to believe that there are gangs out there. They're everywhere.
Of course.
Yeah, they're very powerful in numbers, and the most important, they have a lot of money. And money can buy a lot of things in this dunya. That's what it is. It's all about money. People see money. People worship money. This is the problem. As a soldier coming up from the bottom to where I got to making good money, I will take you to that in a bit. I had no money to start with. I come here, like I say, even the toys and Christmas, you know, I had nothing. You know, alhamdulillah, I had nothing. So I respected having nothing, even from the table I sat on. Was my dad built it from the rubbish wood that he found on the streets. You know, the tables I sat on, it's from no money. He had no money, so we lived a life with no money. So I understand that. So when it comes to making money, when I say to people, don't be too greedy, don't stick yourself into it. Don't your freedom. My father told me, your freedom is worth more than any money in this world.
That's true, yeah.
It's more than any
Very
freedom.
true.
You can make £1 million today, and if I put you in prison tomorrow for 10 years, you have £1 million. When you come out in 10 years' time, what's that £1 million going to worth? Do you think that £1 million can replace your 10-year freedom? It can't.
No way.
And the brothers and sisters need to understand what I'm trying to show you today. This gang life thing is not good for no one. And the first thing you need to remember like this is, who puts the drugs on the streets? We all know who put it on the streets. The drugs don't come over by in little small quantity of a kilo or 2 kilos. I'm talking tons, containers of it. When no one brings that in here, the guys at the top. And who's the guys at the top? We all know it's part of the government. They do that, all that kind of stuff. So they same way they put it on the streets. Whenever they want to bump price up, all they got to do is catch a couple of dealers, take away a few dealers, and the price has gone up sky high. So we know this because I work with the Triads, and the Triads work with a lot of people. Like I say, I don't really get too deep into it, but you guys would understand what I'm saying. It's very important to understand who brings it into this country. And now the brothers are on the street selling drugs and do whatever you're doing. And as a Muslim, my brother, you shouldn't be killing each other. We're killing each other for what?
It's a big sin.
Yeah, it's a big sin. It's not you killing each other for what? For drugs and money. My brother, we don't live for this. This is not what we live for. As a Muslim in Islam, the way I look at it straight, even sometimes I get angry. Now I said to you, brother, I get angry. Before I become Muslim, I don't know nothing. I know no better. I had no guidance. But our Prophet Muhammad, may peace and blessing of Allah be upon him, I can't even read and write, but I listen to some of his stories. Even short, 5 second, 10 seconds.
You can't read and write at all.
Can't read and write all, no, nothing.
Basically,
Nothing all. 5-10 minutes. It's not even 5-10 minutes. 5-10 seconds of listening to a prophet's story. It makes me cry. Opens up my heart. But when I see the brothers killing each other over drugs, and what I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not a saint. I'm doing it for free before. You know, I'm not saying killing each other, but hurting a lot of people for free, just for the sake of an order. Someone's ordered me to go and do something. I'll do it. I never question anything. And the most important, like I said, when I went to jail, like I said before, I'm gonna go back to when I went to jail, I was fixing my cars. When I was younger, I love cars, modifying cars. You know, I had loads of E33 to my Mark II Golf. So I did love changing the wheels on them. I just had a E30 painted yellow with the M-Tech 2 kit. I always wanted the M-Tech 2. I just had it all painted up, lovely. Just get my rims on it, and someone scratched one of the doors on the back quarter doors. It's a 4-door. I never thought nothing of it. And one of my neighbors upstairs said, "Oh, Rich, you know who scratched your door? I saw the guy there. He scratched it, and so on and so on." So anyway, I said, "Cool, man. No, cool. It's cool." You know, yeah, this is trying to change my wheels. Has got my business, do my stuff. About an hour or something later, he walks through the alleyway, and I went up to him and I said nicely. I didn't even I wasn't aggressive. 6 foot ex-Navy guy. Just asked him nicely. "Excuse me, did you scratch my car?" He turned around and said, "No, I scratched your face. And effing this and effing that." I had to poke my hand. I said, "What? Are you for real?" Bang! I smacked him up, mate. My brothers jumped him. The guy was so tall that my other brother had to jump in the car to kick him. That's how tall he was. We're only small. I was only about 18, about 17, 18 or something. Yeah,
Okay.
17, yeah, 18. I was 18 years old. This man was a fully grown man, 40. Now I'm a man now. It wasn't like when I was 12 years old and 21. I'm a man now. I've dealt with my situation. Anyway, we meet this geezer. He start screaming and raving. So anyway, by the time he's ran away, I said, "Listen, let the guy go. I can't be bothered with the geezer." So he's ran away and he's screaming out, "I'm going to burn your house down, burn your house down." So I've just got in the car, gone about my business, went and done what I've done. But then at the back of my mind, he said he's burned my house down. What? I'll come back to check my house to make sure there's my parents' house there. So I've come down now. My younger brother said, "Go, go, go. Well, police is here. Police is here." I said, "What police is
Well,
here?"
he's told the police.
He's called the police, isn't it? This waste man's called the police. You know, he's giving all the raving. I want to
He
scratch your
started
face.
it.
He started the whole thing. But then this justice system's not for me because he said he's got the right skin color and I got the wrong skin color.
Yeah.
So it was never for me from the
So
age
what
of 12.
happened? They arrested you.
Yeah, they arrested me for it. Yeah. So anyway, my brother said, "Go, go, go, go." So anyway, I had no t-shirt because I found my t-shirt's ripped. You know, I had no t-shirt. So as the police come out now, my car's parked right there. They've turned out and said, "Oh, how did you? Oh, you were looking for you. You know, really for what? Yeah, when you're nicked." So anyway, got nicked. Got police station. Didn't realize my brother and my other two friends, my brother and my friend was there. Well, you got nicked. So I was at one police station. I see them sitting in the police station already there. And I said, "Say nothing. Let me do this whole. Just say nothing." So I went in there, wrapped up the story, told them what happened. Anyway, so they just say nothing. And by the time we went to court now, the judge basically sentenced us. The judge goes, "If you want to change your plea or whatever, just tell her whatever it is. Tell us you're not plea, but tell us if you want to change your story." So I turned around and said, "Judge, what I've said. It's done. It's done." Bang. Straight to go jail. That's it. I can't remember he said straight to jail. Gave me a year for it. But then the thing about it, it's my first offence. I've never been in trouble before.
That's your first time.
First offence for APH. First offence.
You were
They jailed me.
18, youth offenders.
Yeah,
What prison did they send
they
you?
put me into Fulton first. They put me in Fulton for 2 weeks. And then they shifted me out to, where was it? Stoke-on-Trent. And I'll tell you, that was a racist jail.
That's the worst place to go to.
My brother, I'll tell you,
In
it's a
them days as
racist,
well.
yeah,
That was
racist
terrible.
jail. I met a brother in there called Brady. Brady's around from Birmingham. That's how I first met Brady. Brady showed me. So I'm the only yellow guy in there walking around there. They think I'm an idiot. That's like, I'm in here for violence. You're mad. So when I went into there now,
That's exactly what happened.
yeah. So as soon as I went in there, I was in the little, I wouldn't say little big bit where you do your exercise.
Yeah.
So I've tucked my head away this way. You know, there's about 7, 8 white guys over there. Change on what? I turned them. I said, "Who said that? What? Say it now." No, I turned around again. So you had a stick that opened the window because it's so tall up because it's in prison. So I heard that. No, I turned around, hold that stick. Said, "Come on now. I whack all of you, mate." Everyone quiet. That's it. Finished. Then the word went around the prison that he ain't no one to be messed about with. And then this went quiet. It went
You
sweet.
have to. Youth offenders, you
Yeah.
have to stand
Yeah.
up.
So first time I've been to prison.
Yeah.
Then I was there for about 2.5 months. I think it was 2.5 months. I think it was 2.5 months. Then I asked for because I didn't get no visits and so on because my family's so far away. So then they shifted me to Only in Birmingham Rugby. Is it
In
Rugby?
rugby.
Yeah, Rugby,
Next to
sorry.
Coventry.
Yeah, Coventry. That's the one. Yeah, they sent me to that one, and that's when I met the Burgers and Johnsons.
Okay.
Brothers there. Yeah. So when I went there, same again. They put me in the induction wing, 112 people in there, and I was doing certain things in there, and obviously I got snitched on, and I was in the block. You know?
Yeah.
I was helping people. Like, I can say to you like this: if you need any help, you just give me some phone cards and some batteries, and
that's how it is.
some biscuits or whatever.
Yeah, youth offenders, isn't it?
Yeah. So
the phone cards were very important.
Very important for me because I'm still making communication from the outside. So, so anyway, we was in there. We did what we did. And then I met a couple of the brothers in there, and then they shifted me to B wing after that. You know, and I got snitched out as a They said they what they called me. They said I was taxing bullying. That's what they
Okay.
did, taxing bullying. But I never bully anyone.
Yeah.
So yeah, they put me into B wing. Then I met my brother MG, good brother. Met a couple of boys in there. I met one of my Sikh brothers in there. Bouncing, good brother, very good brother, very good brother. He got bust up by a 6 foot something guy from Manchester, who meant to be the big gangster or whatever.
Mm.
Anyway, I dealt with him anyway. I dealt with him again in the server room. It's ended that situation for me. That problem was sorted out straight away. And then you got a couple of guys from Manchester. They give us. I'm not saying all of them, but they've been there. There's just a lot of them are giving a big talk. I just started to deal with it anyway.
Mm.
So yeah, we finished time. I met some good brothers. Came out of jail. And I said, alhamdulillah. When I came out of jail, this is when things got serious.
Mm.
They're in the war gang thing. This is when I said about my brother Carl. My brother done something with my other brothers. Did a business. Something went wrong. And that wasn't the issue. They had a guy that was one of our close brothers. He was on heroin. This guy was super on. He was on heroin so much. He wanted everyone on heroin. He wanted money come from every angle because he was burning money to feed his habit. So yeah,
So
it
he was
came.
like a hustler, but he smoked.
Yeah, he smoked. Yeah, but yeah, he
Okay.
was one of. But everyone respected him. Everyone followed him and respected him because he was. I would say he was a good brother before he went on heroin. So he was a guy that imagine what I can do, you can do. We can do just as much. It's like if we went into bump into each other, it's either going to be you dead or I'm going to be what we call busy fighting you. So it's going to be one of us has to die. That's how the situation was. So anyway, the problem got. I came out to this mad problem I didn't know of, and all my people that were supposed to be my people stood out. They said, "Oh no, I'm not fighting with this guy. You know, this guy is just like you. Because if he's fighting you, then I'm gonna, vice versus.
Yeah.
I'm dead, and I don't want to be dead." So they all jumped out. And this is where I said, subhanahu wa ta'ala, when Allah sent me to prison, I met a good brothers that came and they helped me with my problems.
Mm.
Um, the brothers from Johnson's, they're very good brothers. 10 of them came down from Birmingham to fight back this problem up. And this problem was very easy, very fast resolved. Very fast, I say, very fast. These brothers
Yeah,
came
you
here
got
very
the
fast.
numbers.
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't even the numbers, it's what they're willing to do. It's like 10 of me.
Yeah, yeah,
The same of me or more than me. And these guys had maybe 40, 50, 60 people.
yeah.
But they only had 2 of me or 3 of me in that,
They were
that
ready
gang.
to be.
Yeah, ready
Yeah,
to go all out. But I had 10 brothers and plus me are ready to go all out. That's what scared them. So yeah, they came down Birmingham. We went to a club. I was set up again, walking to the club. And when you walk into the club, the security says, "Oh, I put in a Richard." They said, "Oh, there's only 2 entrance tickets." So we walked in. I said, "What do you mean?" So it was a setup. He wanted there's only 2 because they had numbers up there waiting to
yeah.
do it. But one of the brothers flipped his jacket and said, "What?"
He had what
He
he had
had
on
what he
him.
had. Yes, he said, "What?" My brothers, we ain't go through any problems. I won't miss. That's what he said. So anyway, we went up the stairs, got about business. As soon as he saw us, boom, the guy ran. He ran, and the rest of them all just scattered like little rats. Just ran everywhere. So he jumped in his MR2, and this other brothers drove them, and we jumped in a car. And there was a Rover 214 and a Rover Red, a Tomcat Rover. So we jumped in the car, chased of them, come up to Vauxhall. It's like a movie. Coming to Vauxhall Bridge. If you go this way, you go to Kennet. You go this way, you go to like Brooks and Stockwell. If you
Yeah,
know where I'm
I
talking
know
about.
exactly what you're talking
You
about.
see, as we're speeding,
The
he's
roundabout.
whacked to right, straight. You know, right, but we're at the tunnel. Where the tunnel is. It's like
Okay.
Vauxhall Bridge, but not on this side, the Lambeth side of it.
Oh, the Lambeth side.
The
Okay.
Lambeth side. You know where the big train station, the bus garage is. So as he just turned right, we just skidded, didn't it? And moved back off him. And wow, here, bang, and that was it. And
Got away.
the guy got away. He got away, and that was it. Problem was done.
Done.
Yeah, done and dusted. The problem was sorted out straight away. Thank you so much, doesn't you know? And through that, I've lost a brother, Chrissy. He got killed in Birmingham. They stabbed him, cut his throat, stabbed him in his heart, and yeah, he died. Good brother, mate.
What age was this? About 20, roughly.
21,
21.
21
Yeah.
when this was yeah, gone on.
And at what stage did you kind of get a bit more deeper into it, making money and stuff like that?
Not long. I would say probably not long after that. Then the money started to come in. And then
Okay.
the neighbors started to get big, and
Okay.
everyone wants now you got paychecks now. When we used to do it for fun, now or help a brother or whatever. Now people are saying, yeah, when the man says to, oh, go and do this job, and I'm gonna give you this money. I'm like, whoa, yo, listen, this is money now. It's paycheck now, paycheck time. So yeah, I would have been yeah. So when I've done the job and got paid for it, first it's 500, it went to 1,000, then it went and so on. Numbers just blew up.
Yeah.
It just went, blew up. Anytime we give a call, we'll be there. And if I'm not in the area, I'll make a call. Someone in the area will be there. So it's like if I'm in London now and you're in Leeds and you want something taken care of, you phone me, and I'll say, okay, I'm gonna phone my boy at Leeds and he'll deal with it. And if you want something in Manchester, I'll phone someone in Manchester, and someone in Manchester will deal with it. It's so on and so on. But if he needs to bring me up there, I will come up there and deal with it.
And a lot of these issues were within the East Asian community.
All this, yeah, so
Yeah, it's all within the same community.
it's
Yeah,
always the same community. So it's either you done someone wrong, or you owe someone money, you're not paying them, or you take the piss out of someone. It's always like that. So it's always a situation, or you have a disagreement, or maybe a
So
business.
basically, what's basically happening is first you were doing it for free. Now you're charging for your services.
Now,
Because you're older and mature now.
Now I have no one to look at. I have no one to answer to.
Answer to.
I don't answer
Oh, so
to.
you've left the SW gang now.
No, you could not believe it. But now nobody wants to talk to me that way no more. So even the guys that I followed before at the top, now no, they can't control me no more.
Control, yeah. So you could do your own thing.
I could do my own thing now. No one's telling me nothing no more. Yeah.
Did you ever get involved in drugs at any point?
Yeah, I would say drugs. I never really that's one thing I would not touch. There's something I would never do is drugs and prostitution. I would never do them. Them two things I never do. I find that even before this kind of thing, I always see it as a wrong thing.
Yeah.
Because drugs destroy people's lives. I've seen my brothers. I say my brothers went into heroin and crack.
Yeah.
My friends went heroin and crack. I always saw this as an evil thing. I'd never ever want to get involved in that kind of stuff.
How many times have you been in prison in total?
I went jail once, and a couple other cases they couldn't get me for.
Remand, basically.
No, I went jail. Yeah. So,
remand.
They couldn't get me for it. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Okay. And so obviously now you're coming to your mid-20s.
Mid-20s, yeah. A lot of things are happening, and things start to move.
Because you've got a few scars on your body and stuff.
Yeah. So the scar things in my head, for example, this one here, this happened. Yeah.
That's a bad scar.
Yeah, so basically,
the camera can't see it. But that's a bad scar.
Yeah, so it's a big scar over the head here. So basically, there's a mad story behind this because I used to hear noises, sound, people talking, and I thought I was going mad. I thought I was going insane. And then after that noises, this happens. So that's chopped there, and the machete chopped me in the head there. It was only about 3 centimeters up that way, and I would have been dead. Then I pulled the machete back on the guy. Then I chopped him up. I chopped him back, and he ran. He just ran. Yeah. I say to people, they say.
So you pulled the machete out the guy's hand.
I pulled it. Yeah, so I
lost
lost
your finger.
So that's how the finger. Yeah, it didn't come off, but it cut straight through the tendon.
Cut the tendon.
And then I took this knife and I pulled it. He was trying to stab me from the back as well.
Okay.
Anyway, after that situation, they took her to hospital and stitched me. I was still fighting the guy. The guy was still running up his mouth like little girls. They're just like little playground girls shouting at each other. So I'm running back in there with my head chopped open, my hands chopped. And then I forgot to also say there was another gang member there as well, another gang there, and that gang used to operate with this gang as well. The one who chopped me. Okay. But with the mutual respect and the respect and the fear they have of me and my family, my brothers, they wouldn't attack. They didn't get involved. If they got involved, I would be dead. Yeah. Because these guys were all together, but now they know what we're capable of doing. They will not trouble us. So after I got chopped in the head, went to the hospital, got stitched up. I was in hospital. I get a phone call saying, "Yeah, we found them." So my fingers it couldn't move, so the tendon was gone. So I come out of the hospital, just go and look for these guys. And then couldn't find them, so I went back home. And the police come and got me back to the hospital, saying, "If you come out of the hospital, we're town, we can arrest you and charge you for it." So I said, "What? This is my life." Yeah, this is my life. So they put me from St Thomas's. They put me in King's College. So they stitched the next morning. They operate my hand, put my hand back. Said my hand ain't gonna need some therapy work to get it working again. So I said, "No, never thought about these things. Okay, it is what it is." So my older brother obviously heard the rumor. They found out where he lived, and they went down there to look for him. And obviously the guy's left his wife and his 2 kids at home.
Go missing.
He's gone missing. But you see how sick he is, though. You cause a problem. My brother's he's not. I'm completely different from my brother. Yeah. My brother takes it to a different level. He's this next level. My older brother. He's the next level guy. He's a soldier. That guy's a soldier. And if you
was he in the gang life as well?
No, he's in the gang life. Yeah, that's how I all followed from him. Isn't it? Okay. He's also killed. Obviously, that's Hong Kong. So someone kills someone over a pair of slippers. And I say to people like this, sometimes you have to understand. We can kill people for the stupidest reasons, but you have to understand we are not here. We didn't create life, and we cannot take life. As a Muslim, and now I know that what I've done is wrong. I'm not proud of how I lived, but I lived it. That's it. That's all I can say.
You didn't know no better, man.
I knew no better. So listen to what I'm going to say to the brothers and sisters. This is not to excite you guys or to think that I'm going to go and live this life. This life ain't the life.
You live the life.
Disgusting. This life is disgusting. My mum and dad must have had the most stress. My kids don't give me that stress. The police was at my house 3 days a week. If they ain't looking for me, they're looking for my other brother. Ain't looking for him, he's looking for him. Constantly 3 days a week. The police is at my door knocking, looking for someone. So I said, this is not the way to live.
And that causes a lot of stress for your parents.
Yeah, a lot of stress. Yeah, a lot of stress. You know, not well, obviously I never thought of it at the time. You know, now as I'm going up as a part father myself now, my oldest son is 29, and he's never brought the police to my door.
And your mother and father were together at this time.
Yeah, it was together. Yes,
And your dad was
it
hardworking.
was hard. Yeah, hard. So yeah, my father, and like I say, even my father, blesses my father is a good man. When he passed away in 2003, I found out he wasn't even my blood father, but the way he raised me, beyond my father, my real father, blood father, is still alive. He's in Vietnam right now.
Mm.
And when I went back to see him, the stories I hear of him is exactly what he's like. He has no
Okay.
respect for women and children. I didn't like that. I did not like that. When I went back to Vietnam and I sat there to eat for some, it was just simple things just to see the women and children eats to one side and the men eat this side. And this is all meat and these all bones. They get all the wine and the women gets to just water. I don't like that.
Mm.
So I switched the plate around. My dad didn't like that. I said, we live life. I said to my dad, this is one simple thing I said to my dad. When you die, you know your wife is the one who's going to cry for you. You know your wife is going to be mourning for you, your kids, yeah, and your grandkids are going to cry for you. But you feed friends and stuff like this, and you feed your grandkids like this. It's wrong,
Mm.
totally wrong. So yeah, my father, I call him my father, the only father I knew that passed away in 2003.
Mm.
He didn't come visit me in prison, and I was hurt because as a father, I should be able to take you out of prison, not to come to see you and then when you go back to prison. You know, you go back to. So yeah, he broke my heart. My father was a good man. He was a very good man. You know what I say, a very good man. And yeah, so gang life all start from there. Like I say to people, I went from that to controlling the gangs and having a strong network.
You know, one of your very close friends passed away.
Yeah.
What happened?
And my good brother, this is brother Alan, very good brother. If anyone who knows Alan is a very, very good brother. This happened just before I went to prison, Alan. I forgot about Alan. It was in 94, I think it was 94. Alan was a soldier, very good soldier. So if you phone up Alan's like another person like me. And I tell you, there's no brother in this world I can say had a heart of a soldier, like a soldier like this. You phone him up and say, you got beef, you got a problem. He'll never ask you what the beef is. He never ask you what, he will say, where are you? That's all he wants to know. So on the on that night, I think it was I can't remember what day it was, but on that night, we get a phone call from Alan saying they're going to go karaoke, snooker club and karaoke. So this must have been about 4 something in the afternoon. Meet Alan there for about 8. So I said, okay, no problem, Charlie. So Charlie is at my house now, smoking heroin and whatnot. And I said, Charlie, listen, it's 6 o'clock now. We're gonna be there 8 in about. Okay, don't worry about it. Found a few more lines. Done a few more lines. So come 8 o'clock now. Oh, don't worry about it. It's okay. Alan's not gonna be there. Don't worry. A few more lines.
He's snorting coke.
Yeah, it's not coke, heroin.
Snorting heroin.
No, it's burning heroin.
Oh,
Chase,
lines.
yes,
Okay,
he's
yeah, I
chasing the
understand
dragon.
you.
Yes.
You're
So
chasing the
yeah,
dragon.
he's chasing
Okay.
the dragon. So smoking heroin. So I said, come on, Charlie, it's time to go, my brother. And this is 10 o'clock now. He said, oh, it's okay. 12 o'clock, same thing. 1 o'clock, same thing. By 2 o'clock, get a phone call. Everyone's obviously gone mad, the phone, you can't hear what they're saying. Everyone's screaming, they're in hospital. Alan's in hospital, Alan's in hospital, Alan's in hospital. So I was like, calm down, just talk. Everyone's screaming and raving, the whole gang's there in hospital. So I said, what's happening? Just talk to me. What's going on? And Charlie's doesn't want to, he's smoking heroin, he doesn't care. He doesn't know what's going on. I said, Alan's in hospital, let's go. Oh, what's the point of going? He's in hospital. There's no point in going to hospital. So he's busy smoking. He doesn't care about these things. So when I said to the brothers, what hospital is it? I'm coming. One of the younger brothers said, don't come in, full of police everywhere. Police is everywhere. They're asking everyone questions. I said, what's wrong? He goes, Alan's in hospital. He died and they got him alive, died and come back alive. So Alan got his throat cut, I think about 4 times his throat, and they stabbed his heart 7 times. You can read the article. It's 94, I think it's 94, 93, 94. They stabbed his heart 7 times and they cut his throat 4 times. Alan had to die. They had to kill Alan. But that was a very good brother, very, very good brother. So when they killed him, when I found out, they kept him alive for 4 hours, and then eventually he left.
Did the guys go to prison for it?
Yeah, they got jail for it. Yeah, they all went to prison for it.
Did it come out to why the reason?
The reason why they killed him was Alan just done a 3-year jail for a firearm offense. Obviously, he had a firearm or something like that, and they caught him and put him in jail for having a gun or whatever.
in the 90s.
Yeah, this is the 90s, yeah. And then they've done a 3 year jail. He came out of jail, met a girl. Girl's a good girl, you know, she's a good girl, you know. She's just like I say, she's in the wrong place. She's a good person, but she's just in the wrong place. She met the wrong people, went on drugs, and you know, this is what I say to people: drugs, you want to stay away from it. You don't want to do this. It's very bad. You know, with my life, I lost a lot of brothers and friends. She got into the drug like heroin life, her crack, and she met a guy, one of the guys, one of the brothers I know, they had a kid together, and then obviously they split up, and they got them both on the same shit. You know? Alan had met this girl, he cleaned this girl up. Good brother, he cleaned her up, proper cleaned her up. She's not on heroin, you know, they're in love. And then Alan's cousin turned around and said something bad about Alan, say, oh, well, you know, you're a big name, you're a gangster, and why you want to go out with some prostitute ex, you know, prostitute and so on and so on. And this drive Alan mad. So Alan went,
Because he loved her.
yeah, he loved her, yeah. So he's a good brother, he loved her. So he went one day and then he chopped his brother's hand off. He took his cousin, it's his cousin to me, his cousin.
Clean off.
Yeah, cut his hand off and took his
Oh, it
hand
was
away.
his cousin's
Yeah, his
hand.
cousin, yeah, took his cousin's hand right off, took the hand away. So his cousin asked him to give him his hand.
Oh, he took the hand with him as
Yeah,
well.
took the hand with him. Yes, he took the hand with him. Okay, yeah. He's asked for his hand back, but he said, "No, I'm going to give you your hand back. No, come on, if you want it, come get it." Basically, come get it. I mean, he's going to kill him. He goes,
Yeah.
"You're lucky he didn't die." So anyway, took his hand with him, and he asked for his hand back. That's all he asked for. And then he said no. And then even it's cool about that. He left it. But then Alan was going out screaming, raving like he's going to kill him. When they say he's going to kill him, come on, you just took his hand off. And
So
you
his
said
cousin was going to say he's going to kill Alan.
no. Alan said he's going to kill him.
His cousin.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
okay.
one who said he's gone out with a you
Yeah,
know
yeah,
a
yeah.
girl and you know called his girlfriend name. So
Yeah.
yeah, took his hand off, and then Alan started saying around people, telling people that he's going to kill him. Which I can say, Alan is a man of his words. When he says he's going to kill you, he will kill you. He will kill you. He's not a kind of guy that will say something and he won't do it.
Yeah.
Some people, like I say, me, myself, I don't talk before I do something. I do it, and
Yeah.
I'm done. I don't talk about it. But Alan's a different kind of fish.
So he's chopped his hand off.
Yeah.
So the cousins lost the hand
Yeah, took
basically,
the hand away. Yeah, yeah.
and obviously he wanted revenge on her basically as
No, he
well.
doesn't even want revenge. He didn't want any revenge. He just wanted his hand back. He
Okay.
wouldn't give his hand back to him. He wouldn't give the hand. He wouldn't give Alan wouldn't give the hand back to him. So anyway, he called it a day. He didn't want revenge or anything, but Alan still wanted to kill him for what he
He
said.
was still onto him.
Yeah,
Okay.
for what he said about his girlfriend. So yeah, so his cousin went to another person, and this person, like I say, went through a lot of trauma through his life. He was going through the Vietnam War. This a big name, as a Vietnamese gang, very big name, a very strong name. This person is. And when I mean he's very strong, well, especially what he's went through. When the Vietnam War was going through, I heard stories, you know, from other people that he saw his dad get shot by an American soldier point blank in front of his face. They raped his mum.
Because the Vietnam War was
Yeah,
brutal.
yeah. And then they killed his grandma. This American soldier shot his grandma dead right in front of him. They shot him dead. He was probably about 10, 11, just about 2 years older than his sister.
Yeah.
They shot him in his face, but they didn't kill him, flew him in the back to the left and dead, but he did die.
Oh, he
And
survived.
this is why his life is like this. This brother doesn't value life. If you see your dad get killed in front of you, your mum raped, your little sister get raped, your grandma get shot dead, and you were shot dead, left for dead. My brother, what shakes you anymore?
Yeah.
Nothing shakes you. So got him involved, and when they went back and they know where Alan was, and they went straight back, and then this is where we were supposed to go out, and then Alan ended up dead because he came in, got a knife, and they wanted him dead. He was dead. He was dead, and they don't just stop there. And this guy comes out of jail, and in Birmingham casino, so I say Alan's dead now. He's done his own. He got jail for it. The hand has gone missing anyway. He never got his hand back, so that's finished. That hand's done. You know. So now the guy's gone jail. He's come out of jail. Another problem
He got
escalated.
convicted.
Yeah, he got convicted for that thing. He got jail for it. He done,
Okay.
I think, what 18 years or something. He done time. He came out of jail.
Yeah.
As he came out of jail for that, now there was another incident in Birmingham. Same again. You know, two people disrespect each other. So this incident was over a simple minor thing. It was watching like some kind of concert, but someone was sitting in a seat that belongs to someone else. So the brother said, if you ask nicely, you say, listen, you're sitting in my seat, but these triads and gangsters, they don't want to go
Yeah.
nice. They just want to say, yeah, you get out, you're in my town, get out of my seat, you know? So this brother turned around and said, do you know who I follow? And I'm talking, this is the guy that went and killed Alan. And he goes, I don't care who you go bring. Who bring whoever you want to bring. You know, I don't care. So shouting. So anyway, this guy doesn't want to hear this. So he's went about and told his boss, so on and so on. So Musa has come back to Birmingham. This has happened in the casino. It's on the article. You can read it in the casino. Yeah. So this guy turns up and he said that man's boss is gonna die under 50 minutes, 50 seconds. And he killed him in 30 something seconds. He killed him. They killed him.
There and then.
Then he got in the casino, killed him straight away.
Stabbed him.
Stabbed him, cut him up, killed him straight away. killed that brother. He wasn't.
This is the same guy that just came out of prison.
Yeah, this guy's come out of prison. Yes, the
He
one that went through the trauma with Vietnam.
Oh
He
wow!
come
So
up. So,
he didn't even kill the guy that was in the seat. He killed his boss.
yeah, killed his boss. Yeah, his boss. Yeah,
He went straight to the head of the snake,
yeah,
basically,
yeah, killed him. Yeah, killed
and he
him.
went back to prison.
Yeah, went back to prison again. Yeah.
Wow.
So I say to people like this. So when we talk about gang life and you see Chinese people and stuff, right? There's different type of Chinese people out there. There's people like me that when I fight anyone. I don't see colors.
Mm,
If you bring me trouble, I'll fight you. But there's Chinese people that only fight Chinese, but
mm,
will never fight black, white, or brown, any color. They won't fight.
understand? Yeah.
I'll fight anyone. It doesn't matter who you are. You bringing
Mm,
me trouble, I'm fighting you. So I'm just like a different kind of fish to a lot of the Chinese people. And the way my mindset is, how I relate myself to black gangs and Chinese gangs is a different thing. Chinese gangs are 50-50. Black gangs are 100%. It's either you 100% in or 100% out.
true.
So if I'm going to come and fight you, I'm going to come take you out. So that's why I relate myself to the Johnsons, the brothers, black brothers. A lot of black brothers are like that. Got a lot of love for my black brothers.
It seemed that you were like kind of like you were cool with every race, like
I'm very race. Yeah, I don't really care what race you are, what you are. As long
because
as
I
you
think
could,
that's growing up in South London. I
yeah,
think
come from
maybe.
South. Yeah, come from South London. But I just don't like racism. The minute I see racism, that's it. I'm on fire. Yeah, I'm on fire.
So obviously you went through like a crazy life, and I want to get to your journey to Islam, but a
Yeah.
few things I want to touch on before that. Um, Number one, what made you in the end want to leave that life?
I never left. I never left. It never left me. The gang life was like this. Like I say, simple to people. There's two type of people in this world. There's one that choose to walk in the gang life,
Mm,
and there's one that the gang life chose you.
yeah.
The gang life chose me. When what happened to me when I was 12 years old, it chose me. That's why I think I owe myself to the gang. But through the journey, I say alhamdulillah, because I learned so much in my life. I went through a lot of pain. And yeah, I went through so much pain, but I understand why I went through that pain. I went through a lot of suffering, a lot.
Let me ask you a question, and I want you to maybe think about it. If you could take a second, if you need to think about it. What's the most traumatic experience you've ever had in your life, you personally?
Something I can talk about would probably be when I was 12. That's the incident what happened to me when I was 12. With nearly getting killed by that racist boy and then the police officer CID. That was the worst in my life, the
What, it
worst.
beat you bad?
Yeah, I nearly died. I could have died. Me, you
So,
could not be talking. I'm being honest, with you, I could have died. But the police there wasn't even there for me. That's how serious it was. The way he held my throat, the way he smashed my face, it's unbelievable. They didn't even take no pictures of me. They
and
didn't.
you were 12.
I was only 12 years old, yes.
He was how old?
He was 21.
And he was holding you by the throat and
Hold me
just
by the throat like that, and he smashed my face against the car. Smashed it. He wouldn't let go.
against the car.
Yeah, he wouldn't let go. He would not let go. So if my brothers and them didn't come around the corner, I say to my brother, I
And
would
you were
be.
12.
I was only 12 years old, yeah.
That is traumatic, man.
That's the worstest thing in my life.
If it was someone your age, maybe it's not as
You
bad.
can think about it, even 14 years old, but he was 21.
You're defenseless in
Yeah,
a way.
I was defensive. I wasn't even a violent person. At that age, I wasn't violent. I didn't even know what violence was. And yeah, I like to go around and make a little bit of trouble here.
And he done it to you because he thought you were Chinese
He was just chinky, innit? He was a chinky, innit? That's what he called me, a chinky. Exactly what he said, just chinky.
while he's doing
Yeah,
it.
he was doing it, yeah. Even when he walked away, he was laughing away. Chinky, you know what I done to this chinky? Chicken and came and stuff like that. That guy must be, if he's still alive today, he must be in his 60s. But I say, what kind of man are you to do that kind of stuff?
That's
To
crazy.
to a young boy. You know my life, in a gang life? I say to people, this is my gang life. There's a lot of things that I say to people. There's a different in two gangs. You got the Vietnamese gangs and the Chinese gangs. I'll set you all the rules with them. Vietnamese gangs have no rules. Anything goes.
Anything
It
goes.
means hurt women and children. Anyway, it doesn't care.
Mm.
Chinese gangs have rules.
There's a difference now between Chinese and
Yeah,
Vietnamese
a lot
gangs.
of different. Massive
I
different.
want to ask you a question just before I move on to your journey to Islam because I'm very interested in
Yeah,
that myself.
yeah,
Um, you know, I've never been in the. I was never in the industry of the cannabis, weed, and stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
And I always had a question that I wanted to ask someone:
yeah,
Why is the grow houses
yeah.
always majority of the time Vietnamese? What's the reason behind that?
Okay, the reason behind it is it's easy money, quick money, and everyone promised everyone a dream, a wicked dream. You know, you can go home, build your family house up, and you do all this kind of stuff.
But I mean, like, do they have some type of expertise from Vietnam that we don't know
No,
about?
it's not that.
Something?
No, same again. You just said that. Yeah, a wicked question you asked there because what I just said you with the gang life.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you choose the same people? You can go back to the roots. If you got Vietnamese people to come grow for you, if they rob you or do anything, you can go back to Vietnam and get them. Because you remember in Vietnam, it's only £1,000, £500, you can get rid of a person. You can kill a person for £5.
Life is cheap.
It's like cheap out there. Life is worthless out there. So
Okay.
if they got Vietnamese growing for you, the Vietnamese people will never grass on you, will never rob from you.
Because it go back to the
They'll go
family.
back to the family.
Come back.
Yes, that's what I do with that.
So let me ask you, you've had a very traumatic life,
Yeah.
a lot of, violence. how was your journey to Islam? As a, you know what? Furthermore, let me rephrase that question. How was your journey to Islam as someone who's regarded by the public as a Chinese man? Obviously, you're Vietnamese, but
Yeah,
people look at you as a Chinese. You
yeah.
know,
Alhamdulillah, but alhamdulillah. As I say,
how did that journey take place? I want to understand
I
that.
say, oh, I say alhamdulillah, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah is the one who guided me.
I've never met
Yeah, yeah,
A Vietnamese guy,
yeah,
never in my
yeah.
life.
Yeah, so I say most important, I say alhamdulillah, because I say subhanallah, Allah is always the greatest. My whole life, I've never believed in anything. I only believe in the existence of the devil because I never know who. Obviously, as you don't know the Quran and know Islam, you don't know Allah created the devil. I didn't know that. So, like I say to people, I only believe in the devil because I can only see evil. In my life, I've seen evil all my life. The Vietnamese gangs killing people, hurting, women, children. So I say to people, like, there's one thing that I know with Allah has guided me home. There's one thing I can say and I can stand proud, and anyone who sees this, even Chinese gangsters see this, they can know, they can vouch for this for 100%. I've never hurt women and children in my whole gang life, but I've done many things. But there's one thing, the two things I've never done is women and children. So I say I'm very proud that I've never done things like that. And even like I say, I come home to Islam. If Allah choose me to come home, which He did choose me to come home, because I never believed in any gods or any creator. I only believe in making money and defending my people. That's all I believed in, protecting my family and protecting my brothers. So the journey to Islam for me was very, Allah's plotted me in a lot of funny places. Allah's the best of planners. That's all I can say. Alhamdulillah, He's the best of planners. First thing first, before I came home to Islam, I had one last thing that I went through that test. One last test. It was I nearly lost my daughter. My daughter was only, I think, about a year and a bit years old. And there was a madness that went on, and she was involved in it. She was in the house at the time when beat this guy up. When I mean I beat this guy, I beat this guy up. Yeah, So she was just caught up in the mix, and then obviously police got involved, and so on and so on happened, and yeah, my daughter got to social care and things like that.
Social services.
Yeah, and so subhanallah, she come home, come home safely. Alhamdulillah, I say. Um, yeah, that was the last thing. So don't want to go too deep into it. When my daughter took her away 5 days later, 5 days after she got taken away, I was lying on the sofa in my friend's house. Obviously, there's madness going on, this police situation, on the back of my mind. Obviously, what it is, what it is, what it is. I was lying on the sofa, I was sleeping, and I saw a vision. I was lying down like this, the vision was up there. A man was wearing all white. He saw it wearing the tube, but all white. He had all white beard, white hair. And he handed up a big white fluffy chicken. I don't know why the white fluffy chicken, big and fat white fluffy chicken. I was kicking the chicken away. And I heard a voice say to me, "Do you not want your daughter back?" And I woke up. And I told this to a social worker. I said this to her. And we went to court, went through everything. And I was, yeah, alhamdulillah, subhanallah, my daughter came home, got us home safe. She's come back with me. And then when we walked out the courtroom, the social worker pulled me to one side and lift her shirt up and said to me, "Can you see that? Her hairs are stand up." She goes to me, "If you didn't tell me about the chicken story, if you told me after, but you told me 3 months before." And then it was a message from God. So the way I look at it straight. So one of my brothers asked me. So I told the story to my brother. This is about 3 years later. My brother goes, "Why the chicken?" I just clocked it. It's my dad. It was my father. That man was my father. So when people say that Jannah don't exist, Jannah don't exist. See my father. And when you see your father, he was a good man. He wasn't a Muslim, but he was a Christian before he left this world. But you have to remember, he raised me. I wasn't his blood son. He raised me but better than my father. He was my mom and my dad at the same time. But if he didn't deserve, if he didn't earn himself a space in heaven, I don't know what will. He
And
was
he
a,
never had no knowledge of Islam.
he never had no knowledge of Islam. Yeah,
Yeah.
this is what I said. And so my dad was definitely my dad because the chicken symbols my dad because my dad is a year of a chicken, according to me. After 3 years later, my friend asked me why the chicken. That's why I clocked it. Oh, it was my father. I could never work out that face who that person was.
So there's some narrations that the person who dies who never heard of Islam, basically,
Yeah,
just to summarize it,
yeah,
who never heard of Islam,
yeah,
God is just, Allah is just,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Allah is the wise and the
Yeah,
most
alhamdulillah.
just,
Yeah,
so he would test them and give them their own test,
yeah, yeah,
and whatever, if they pass the test,
yeah.
they will go to Jannah. Is
Alhamdulillah.
more detailed, but that's just to summarize
Yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah.
There's some narrations I've read around that. So, but how did you make the connection between that and Islam?
When I went through all that madness, get my daughter back, I was still going through a lot of a lot of bad things, and when I mean bad things, you know, like I said, I never feared death,
Mm.
and death to me was just around the corner. That's what I wanted.
Mm.
I said that's what I wanted. I know it sounds crazy, but that's what I want because I see too much pain in this world.
Yeah.
Pain for myself, and I see what people suffer. There's too much pain in this world. All I can see is pain. We're good brothers. We find each other. Families breaking apart, and because of what? All because of money. You know, all because of money. I say to people, money, and we talking bad about each behind each other, killing each other for what? You know. So I went through a buying point where I went to the lowest of the lowest.
Depression and
Yeah,
things like
depression. I went through a lot of madness. I went through a lot of bad things, and alhamdulillah. One day I went up to the decking and I looked up the sky, and so before I went to the decking, before I was decking, I asked Allah for guidance. This is when I heard a little bit about the Quran. I know who Allah was, you know. And I asked Allah, said, Allah, please help me and give me strong and guide me. And Allah guided me. I see, He got me right. Yeah, when I got right, I forgot about Allah. I forgot all about Allah. And then I went back into the same place again. And then the second time I went to the decking. What was it? Last year? It was last year. It was last year, June, July. It was summer, so it was about 8, 9 in the evening. It was still light. I look up in the sky and I see a sheep. You know, like I look like a sheep in the cloud. Look like a sheep.
cloud, yeah.
And my exact words to Allah was, Allah, I know in this universe there's no one can do that apart from you. I know there's a sign from you to me. Allah, I'll ask you for guidance. Please, this time I will not forget you. I will never abandon you, you know, because you have never abandoned me. Please guide me home. But all I can say to you, brother, subhanAllah, alhamdulillah, brother, my life is good after that, bro. Slowly, slowly. And then that's how I met Rana. Yeah. My son was just going to go football. He loves football. So we
Yeah.
went to play football in the field, and that boy wasn't there. So we ended up going to another field. And you see, alhamdulillah, you see how Allah plans things.
Allah
He's
put
the
him in your path.
best of planners, the best
That's
of
the brother
planners.
from Lucia Masjid.
Yeah, it's a masjid, yeah, Lucian masjid.
Yeah.
That's how I got to the Lucian masjid. So my son went to another park and he played football with another brother. And this brother said, "Oh, your son's quite good. Why don't you go play for the Islamic football team?"
Mm.
And I said, "Oh, that sounds all right. Let's just take him there." Anyway, I took him there. That's how I met Rana. And from meeting Rana, my son played football there from there. And then I met Secure. Man, beautiful man, very good
Imam
brother, very
Shakir.
good, very good brother. You know, best brother I ever met. You know what changes my life. You know, changes everything in my life. When you talk to him, it shows you the kindness. That's why I say whatever I do, whatever I make, I will hand it to him because I know he will do good with that money. Whatever money, I know he will do good because that man's got a good heart. So then I met him on security in the football, and I didn't know who he was. Ron introduced me to him, and I didn't know who he was at the time. So I didn't know what Imman meant at the time. So yeah, so we just cut it off. We just said, okay, whatever, you know, okay. So one day Rana goes to me, Rich, you know, you need to come home to Islam, man. You need to take the Shahada. And I said, I'm not ready yet.
Oh, you hadn't took your Shahada at that
No,
time.
no. I haven't taken the Shahada. You got to take the Shahada. I said, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready. But this I've already spoke to Allah already. I'm not ready yet. Because I'm still going through a lot of, you know, bad things.
Personal trauma.
There's a lot of trauma. I still go through a lot of bad stuff. So I said, I'm not ready yet. So this is Shaitan playing with you. The Shaitan's playing with my mind. Now I know now. There's God and then there's the Shaitan, you know. So anyway, so one day I said to Rona, about a few months later, Rona said to me, "Do you think you're ready, Rich, to take Shahada?" I said, "You know what? Yeah, book it in. Book it in. Yeah, just get me. Yeah, I'm going to take Shahada." So it was a Monday, innit? Was it Monday? It was a Monday, I think it was. So Rona booked it on Monday. I see the Shaitan played with me again. So Monday, my kids go to school. So I wanted my kids there when we take the Shahada. So he booked it for 7 o'clock to go to the Master to Shahada. So I thought, okay. So then I phoned up Aaron. I said, Rona, can you change it to Wednesday so that my daughters and stuff can go? And Rona goes, you can't delay this stuff. And this is the Shaitan playing with me.
Play
He's
100%.
playing with me. Now I know him. He's playing. You know, I felt him touching my shoulder as well. I will get to that as well.
It's
Touching my shoulder.
whispering.
I felt his touch here. I swear. I swear to Allah, I felt him touching here when I did Haram. Yeah, so I said, okay, let's do it anyway. So when I went to the shower, I thought it was going to be sweet after I took the shower. Then she was trying to leave me alone. No, he didn't. He got to me even more harder.
Mm.
He did loads of bad, made my mind go crazy. You know? So as I talked to Imman, Imman told me, you got to, you know, read the Surah. I can't read it. Listen to the Surah. I got enough one. Do you know the most important I say to people is it's not what you read. You need to talk more to God. You need to talk to Allah. You can't read to talk to Him.
Yeah,
All you
make
do is
dua.
spend time talk to Him.
Yeah.
Make dua, talk to Allah. If you can't read anything, just talk to Allah. Allah, please guide me. Please help me. Remove the shaitan from me. I can't read the Quran, so I don't know what do I have to say. So I just speak to Allah. And the more I talk to Allah, alhamdulillah, subhanAllah, Allah's made it better for me. Even like today, before I come to meet you, I went through a lot of stress yesterday. I went through a lot of stress. But look, Allah just boom, he's got rid of that stress in 1 second. Just like that, bang, it's gone. So I say to people, there's no one in this life, gangs or whatever, could never ever do what Allah give you.
100. Could
Allah
never
give
give you
you,
that peace.
yeah, He'll give you peace, and He'll give you anything you want. But you remember, even if it's like today, I'm gonna give you. If I'm supposed to pick up money tomorrow and I do haram, Allah will only block it for 1 or 2 days. But He's still gonna give it to you. But He's just gonna show you, look, you gotta stop. You gotta go back on the right track again. I'll give it to you. That's what Allah does shows me. I do something haram today, I miss out for 2 days, and 2 days later it'll still come.
Because we believe in
Yeah.
Islam that whatever's written for you,
Yeah,
you're gonna get it.
yeah, alhamdulillah.
You know, so whatever's written is written. You know, there's nothing you could do. Just put your trust in God.
Yeah,
You know, and mashallah, so you're a fairly new Muslim.
yeah,
You know, and you know one of there's a hadith. The hadith is something that Prophet Muhammad said.
yeah,
To summarize it, he said basically one of the reasons Islam came
yeah,
is to perfect your character.
yeah, alhamdulillah, man.
You know, and before off camera we were talking about, you know, you're trying to control your anger,
Yeah,
you're trying to control this, trying to
yeah,
control that, and that's one of the teachings of Islam,
yeah,
to perfect your character as best as you can. Nobody's
yeah,
gonna be perfect.
yeah.
So, you know, just before Islam we wouldn't even think about trying to fix our anger
No,
issues.
no, never, never,
But now
never,
Islam
never.
helps, you know,
Yeah,
that is the true anger management.
yeah.
Islam,
That
you
is
know.
the best. It's the best.
You
It's
know, you do these courses in
yeah,
prison, it don't
yeah.
work.
It don't work. No, you know what? They say prison, like you say prison. Prison don't work nothing.
It don't
Prison
work.
only made me clever.
Exactly. That's exactly what
That's
it
what it's
does, you
done for
know.
me. It's made me clever.
So yeah, so it's very deep, and like I said, step by step, you
Yeah.
sort of keep going on. You know, you obviously said you don't read and write.
Alhamdulillah.
The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he couldn't read and write either.
Yeah.
If I don't know if you knew that,
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah,
he
I saw
couldn't read
what
and
you
write
told. Yeah.
either, and that's,
Yeah.
you know, alhamdulillah, and Allah, and whatever efforts you make, inshallah, you maybe your reward is increased than anyone else's because
Yeah.
it's more difficult for you. So
But like I say, you know, I've been rewarded by the right people. Like my journey to Islam, like whatever the small things. Like for example, before I took Shahada, I was trying to look for my brother Hisham for 10 years. I couldn't find him. A month before I took Shahada, I bumped into him. My brother, come on, that can't be a coincidence. You can't call that coincidence.
Allah puts people in your path, you know.
And when I nearly lost my daughter, say my brother T from Raw Gym, that brother got me into the gym and pump iron. Like I said, I was an angry person. My daughter's got to talk to social care. I'm always full of rage. So when I go into the gym, I'm pumping those iron, and I come out, I got no energy left. You shout at me, I can't be bothered. I'm like, oh, get out of my face, you know, I can't be bothered with it. So that's another thing that Allah's put in front of me, my brother Tariq, you know, from Real Gym. He's a good brother of mine. If it wasn't for him, my brother, I say it'll be hard to get my daughter back. He's put me right. I say to you, and then say again, same as Allah's put my brother in when I was 12 years old and he got killed. Allah's put him there. Allah saved me. You know, the gangs was there to save my life, but Allah put them there. If it wasn't for Allah, I wouldn't be here today. My daughter's situation, T, I say, he's a good brother of mine. I never met another brother of mine, Shims, you know. He's a good brother again, like I say, but he's not, you know, a very good brother, but bad choosing of character. He had a guy that, you know, Shimmy will die for you. You know, good brother, he'll die for you. He'll lay everything down for you. And he had a guy that come into his life, and this guy only wanted money and power. And to get money and power, how easy it is to get money and power in this game? We all know how easy it is. You roll with the most powerful man. Like for some of the Chinese boys, they want to follow me into my gang because they want to be the most strongest person. When I was in this game, the amount of women that want to come to you and want to connect with you, want to be with you, to hold into your hand to say, yeah, I'm with him.
That's true.
It's loads. Everywhere I go before, I walk into a nightclub, they come over to you. Oh, it's you. They will talk to you like they know you. But now you look back at Islam. Islam is better. I don't need this. This is all done.
That's all superficial, man.
That's not needed to me. I don't want that rubbish. I don't want all the nice cars. When I was younger, I wanted a lot of cars. I wanted 7 cars. I had 1 car. I had 2 cars. I wanted 7 cars. Look, God, Allah's blessing me with 13, 14 cars. And all the cars I like, and cars that I didn't want, but Allah's giving it to me. You know, I wanted the E30 BMW, yeah? But Allah's giving me E30 M3. I was just right there at the right place at the right time. And now I'm giving it to my son. He's 9 years old. Beautiful son. Like I say to people, forget the materialistic stuff in this world. Look what Allah's giving us. Beautiful kids. Kids that are healthy. You know, my brother. And then now it's our task. Don't blame your kids for being wrong. Blame yourself for not teaching them, giving them time. That's what I say to people. You teach them well, they come out to be good. You know, I'm not saying I'm perfect in any way. Never in a million years I'll say perfect in any way, but I'm still learning. So I say to people, most important, like say, living in East London right now, I only see one thing that I say, the message I can put out for the brothers and sisters. Our Prophet Muhammad, maybe he's the best of Allah be upon him. We'll walk around and smile at people just to make the person's day, make them feel good. It's not hard for us to do that.
Mm.
And the wrong message we're giving out to the world, to the people that are non-Muslims. For example, I'm going to give you a very simple thing, but makes a very massive difference. It's not about making people happy. It's helping people get on about their days and, make it easy for them. I let a brother and sister through. This is a driving thing. They don't even say thank you. That's okay. You don't want to say thank you, no problem. But then you give me a dirty look as well. That's not good. Islam doesn't teach this.
Of course.
A little thank you it goes a long way, because you don't understand if that person is going through a bad time or not. He could be losing his job, he could lose his family, he could be going through a divorce, he could have just lost someone, and he's let you through, and then you can't even do this. This here, thank you, is a very big thing.
The Prophet Muhammad said, "A smile is charity."
That's it, yeah.
You know,
A smile, and I just say, even smile with this, it's fine, it's good, because you just made someone think you helped someone.
exactly.
Yeah, so it's not nice, because some of the people that say to me, "Oh, Muslim this, Muslim that," it's, "Oh, the Muslim people are not kind, they're not this." This is where we need to perfect ourselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a Muslim, before I say, when I used to do things, and my missus, she knows, I walk into a restaurant and someone puts something down for me, I ask something, they put something, and they say, "Not in a thank you," and I say, "Get out of my face, you know who I am." Which you say, "Thank you." Are you stupid? That's the guy I used to be.
Arrogance.
Yeah, that's how I used to be like this. Get out of my face, take your tip and go. That's the way we used to talk, But now looking at life now, this is not the way. This is not the way to live life.
You know what? That's a very good advice to leave the people with.
Yeah.
Be kind,
Yeah, be
basically.
kind. Yes, where I want you,
Understand?
as a Muslim, we want to show kindness for each other, and
Of course.
eating as well. That's what I say. When I was in the chicken shop yesterday, I was eating some food, and I see a lot of food wasted on the table. I said, "Oh, my brother, you shouldn't be
Yeah,
doing that."
we can't do that. Yeah.
When I see that, I see Palestine. I see kids are dying and suffering. No food, not no water, and we over here doing this kind of stuff. If you talk about football, you talk about gambling, before you do anything, any money you spend, think about one thing simple: just donate something to Palestine. A little bit, something. I'm trying my best, to do what I can do. But one man like myself, I can't do that. Just look at Palestine, look at the brothers and sisters in Gaza, and you have to look at this stuff. I've only been a Muslim for under 10 months. But this is where I did not know anything about Palestine. I didn't even understand Palestine was. Before you go and spend money on a perfume or do something, think about just little donations to Palestine. That's what I'm asking. If you can even do this, you see, I'll reward you.
Inshallah.
When I go to a mosque and I pray, I never ask for rewards. I never do it because of rewards. I do it because purely I love my Lord. I respect him more than I fear him. But I love my Lord. My Lord's guided me and helped me all my journey, all my life, the whole life of mine, everything I went through. If it wasn't for Allah, alhamdulillah, my brother, I wouldn't be here talking.
There's a hadith that says if you walk towards Allah, Allah will run towards you.
My brother.
Inshallah.
My brother, I'll run to Allah. Allah never run. I'll run to Allah. If Allah's there, I'll run to my Lord. I'm running to my Lord now. Because every day I run to my Lord. I missed my prayers yesterday. I was working so hard. I was working, so I haven't worked, and obviously I had a lot of pressure. I had to get this job done for I do home interior design. So
You do home interior designs.
yes.
Tell the people exactly what that entails.
Yeah, so
What you do.
we just I used to do car audio stuff like fabric, wood, anything to do with woodwork. I'm very good at fabric woodwork. So yeah, we only started up with MDK Home Interior Design Extraordinaire.
Okay.
So yeah,
I'm gonna put all the links in the description box.
Yeah.
Hit him up if you want work done, especially in London, right?
Yeah, most important. Yeah, London. The most important, whatever I make, I put 20%. The more I make, the more I give to Palestine and Lucian Mosque as well. In Manchester, I'm gonna have
So you
to.
donate a part of your earnings to Palestine and
Yeah,
Lucian Mosque.
yes, I always do.
May Allah bless you.
Even if I don't make, I still have to. My wife's here with me.
Yeah.
I'm donating to Palestine to the mosque with money I don't even have. Alhamdulillah.
May Allah make
But
it
I
easy.
say one thing before anyone ever hears anything, you want to hear one thing straight. I'm telling you right now, I donated what I didn't have, but Allah rewarded me with 5 times more. I'm telling you straight. I swear to Allah, alhamdulillah, brother. Allah rewarded me 5 times more than what I just gave in there.
If you leave something for the sake of Allah, Allah will replace it with something better.
Much better. So I'll say Allah's rewarded me with a lot of things. So when I whenever when I go pray, when I pray to my Lord, I always think my Lord, respect him and worship my Lord. And like I say, I'm here to worship my Lord and I'm here to serve Islam.
And that's a beautiful advice to leave the people with.
Yeah.
Akhi, I appreciate you coming down.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Alhamdulillah, man. Alhamdulillah. Thank you.
And I know you got to go on your school run, so keep an eye on the time.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. I was looking at watch, but I don't want to watch them. This is what I need.
So you said to me, you got to get the school run.
Yeah.
Guys, another inspirational podcast, and just a quick message for the people, especially the youngsters watching this. Look, on the platform now, we've had like You know, we've had someone from the Mexican cartel
Yeah.
who accepted Islam, left
Yeah.
that life. The Triads, you know, we've had gang members from all over London, UK, you know, different walks of life, you know,
Yeah.
and they all say the same
Alhamdulillah.
thing, that life is nonsense and the only path is the path of God,
Alhamdulillah.
you know. So I thank you guys for watching, and I'll be back soon. Peace. Guys, today's podcast is in partnership with Stone & Co Solicitors, experts in serious and complex criminal matters. If you have a criminal matter that you need help with, or you've been arrested and want the best representation, contact the number below or drop them an email. All the information is on the screen below, as you can see. Stone & Co can offer specialist criminal defense services on a private basis or legal aid, so you don't pay nothing. And as a promotional offer, they're offering a case review in person or over the phone, free of charge, no obligation, no fees, and they'll take a look at your case, guys.